Welcome. One more second here on YouTube. We are live. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to our 5-day business scaling workshop. My name is Carolyn Soldo. Excited to have you back. Today is our last day together, day 5. And all this week, we were live on Facebook and on YouTube talking about how to grow and scale your coaching or consulting business. Day 1 was all about what blocks and limitations, right? And what's blocking your growth right now and what's holding you back from where you could be in your business growth. Day number 2 was all about your 4-step marketing campaign. So if you missed any of the replays, go back. We have a whole replay page where you can see all of the replays. But day 4 was all about your 4-step marketing plan to grow your business and generate leads. And hi, Mimi. Thanks for joining. Hi, April on Facebook. Say hi to me here on YouTube when you're joining me live. Would like to give you a shout out. Day 3 was all about sales, right? So the elegant energy of sales and how to enroll people into your business in a way that feels really good to you. And that's also really, really effective. And yesterday we talked all about what it means to really make a quantum leap. And I don't know which one was my favorite. I don't know about you if you have a favorite, but maybe it was the quantum leap. I felt really good about the advice you were giving yesterday. It was really authentic. It was really sort of on point. And a lot of times the mindset is where it's at. You know, you really need to be putting your mind in the right state to even execute all the strategies that we're giving you. So that was really good. And today I wanted to sort of, wrap it all up, summarize it for you, and give you sort of a step-by-step, action plan. So if you are right now, a coach and you want to grow your business, you want to get to maybe you've never had a client before and you need to be getting your first paying client, right? So that's for you. Maybe you already are working with clients, but you feel you have a lot of work to do to grow things, to make it more automated, to scale it, to earn more, then this is for you as well. And this is what I would suggest that you guys focus on over the next maybe 8 weeks, maybe 10 weeks, maybe 12 weeks. It really depends on how fast you can go and what you have already done and what foundation you have. But this is an 8-week or 8-step plan I would recommend for you to grow your business and earn more, right? Earn more, get more clients, help more people, serve more people, have a bigger impact. So let's see who's here. Who do we have on our YouTube page? Let me actually refresh that a little bit to see. There we go. I was looking at an old one. So who is here? Catherine is back. Hello, Pamela, Holly. We have Norva back here. Carla, good afternoon. Megan, Hazel, Catherine again, Kimberly, awesome. So definitely check in with me. Who else do we have on Facebook? Lisabella is back. Hello. Awesome. So give me a shout out. Let me know. And also let me know which one was the best part. We always like feedback, for future trainings and things we will do for you. So if you have any feedback on your favorite day, let me know. Hi, Lori. Good to see you. Would love to know that. Also, before we go into the 8-step plan, I want to remind you, today is the last day. Actually, my countdown timer is below. You have 1 day and 8 hours. So I think our expiration is set for tomorrow at 4. So yeah, you have 1 day left to decide on whether you want to join us for Marketing Mastery at the discounted price and the event ticket that is essentially for free, right? So a reminder, Marketing Mastery is an 8-week hybrid program that includes one-to-one coaching, group calls, full curriculum, full instruction, Facebook group, everything you need to master the marketing and sales process of your coaching business. And we will teach you and actually work with you to implement everything you need to market your business, attract the perfect fit clients, and sell them, enroll them into your coaching programs. And we will also give you 2 tickets to our upcoming event from Passionate Profits Live. That is happening October 11th, 12th, and 13th in New York City this year at the Edison Ballroom, where we will literally give you a business plan to build a 7-figure business. So the event content is designed as a 3-day intensive training, okay? It's not a conference, it's not a trade show, it's not a rah-rah, high vibe, even though we will have fun event, but it's really designed to give you content and to teach and train you. So you will get worksheets, exercises, implementation materials to build a business plan and to actually walk away from the event with stuff already done to get your business to 7 figures. And there's a lot more to it than even what we talked about this week. You know, we didn't talk about hiring, we didn't talk about teams, we didn't talk much about systems, we didn't talk much about programs and branding and all these things that are really important for you to build, you know, pretty significant coaching businesses. So it only happens once a year. If you miss it, you have to wait until September or October 2020, and that'd be a shame, because by next year in September, your business could already be at 6 figures. Your business could be at $500,000. Your business could be at $1 million within 12 months. Okay, that's the impact that you can have in your business if you're coachable, resourceful, committed, and you really want this. You really want to take it serious. So I want to invite you to take advantage of this. Marketing Mastery usually sells for $5,000, and you can access this program for only $14.97 all this week, which, you know, if you ask me, is an insane price point, because really for you to get a return on your investment, it takes 1 client, half a client, and you're getting business strategy that's worth millions, literally, of dollars. If this is not for you, I have a couple of other options for you. So we have had some people say, Carolyn, I don't even have a program. I don't even have a brand. I don't know what I'm doing yet. So you're not ready. You're not ready for marketing mastery, and that's okay. Then what I would say is enroll in Brand Your Passions. Okay, so Brand Your Passions is our signature offer that we have had multiple revisions done, and we have had this program for almost 4 years now. We have had, you know, so many people go through, and you can see the results on our results page. You can literally scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll, and you'll see people succeeding and sharing their results from all around the world, all different niches, all different backgrounds. So this is your program, Brand Your Passions, that will get you from nothing, if you're ground zero right now, all the way to literally having a running coaching business where we want you to have sales calls, we want you to be working with clients, and having everything figured out so you can say, I know my business is running, I know how it runs, I'm an actual CEO, I'm a boss, I'm not fumbling around, I'm not having a hobby farm, right? I'm not lost. I own this, and this is an actual business, not just a dream. So this is a program where we take your hand. My entire team is going to be working with you side by side to teach you everything you need to do and implement and work on to have a running, profitable, money-making business. And then from there, the sky is the limit. We have a powerhouse coach program, and we can literally be on your side, you know, for the next 2-3 years. We've had clients work with us for several years. They go through BYP, then they go into the Powerhouse, then they go into Powerhouse Legacy, and they continue on with us because their business continues to grow, right? And they buy into our business model. They know it works. They see the results, and why would they leave? So it's a beautiful community, and if this, you know, resonates with you, I really want to invite you to come and work with us, you know, and trust us, because we want your success more than anything else. Your results are our number one priority. So with that, links are below. If you're watching on YouTube, on the page, there is a purple button. Okay, you can click on that and then choose Marketing Mastery or just your event tickets, which are $99, and that's refundable. We will refund that once you come live to the event, so your ticket is essentially free. Compared to the regular price, when you go to buy the ticket next week, it's $500, so $499. So you're saving 100% off, essentially, right? What else? So that's there, expires tomorrow. If you are watching on Facebook and you don't see the purple button below, I'll put the links in the replay later so you can find them easily, or you can go back to some of the replays from, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all this week, and you can find the links right there. Sound good? Yes, awesome. So today I want to walk you through the 8 steps, and then I will take a little bit of time to answer questions. So if you want to ask me any questions about really pretty much anything, I wanted to make this into more of a Q&A. Let's go for it. We have Facebook chat, we have YouTube chat, so there's lots of different ways for you to jump in here and ask me questions as well. All right. But let's see. Melissa, if you're there, type in and keep some notes for me so that we can have a really nice outline of those 8 steps. All right. And again, to set the stage, this is what I would focus on if I were you, right, in your shoes. And your goal is to really grow your business, to achieve some massive growth, and to put everything in place that is really, really essential for you to have success. This is what I would do, right? So this is sort of like your overarching master plan, all right? So, and because I looked at my calendar, I actually checked dates. So I'm going to give you some dates. Accountability right there. So the first thing I want to look at with you is week 1. So what we need in order for our businesses to grow is, and this is with the week of August 19th. Okay, so let's make this really, really fun. Your first week, which is starting on Monday, you need to make sure that your program is what I call scalable. Scalable program, okay? And I want you to have a program that can literally hold almost an unlimited amount of clients, because if you don't have your program set up in this way, where your delivery limits your growth, your business can only go so far, right? So as an hourly coach, as a one-to-one coach, you will have between 8 and 10 clients, and then you will max yourself out. And if you've never experienced it, then you're in for the experience of working with a lot of clients and what that means. So, if you're offering one-to-one coaching and that's all you do right now, your business will not grow beyond, a certain level. And it depends on how much you're charging, of course, but what I suggest is that you move out with what we call a hybrid program. Does anybody know what a hybrid program even is? Who knows that? Who has heard this term before? And if you're one of my clients, don't cheat. don't give it away. Does anybody here who has never worked with me before know what a hybrid program is? I'm going to take this thing off. Anybody? On Facebook? How about Maria? How about Latice? Olga? Anybody there? What is a hybrid program? Do you guys know? YouTube? No? Okay, there we go. Jenny, some one-to-one coaching and group, yeah. But there's one other really important component in a scalable hybrid. Part online, part group, part one-to-one. Yeah. So Elizabeth, I know you work with us and you're cheating a little bit. So we have the answer right here on YouTube. It's part online, part group, part one-to-one. Okay. And the best thing you could do for your business is to give people, Olga, online courses. So giving your clients access to videos, workbooks, tools, templates, and examples online will save you a tremendous amount of time, because when you think about it, they will ask you the same questions over and over, right? They will ask you about how to do certain things all the time. So imagine me explaining how to discover your ideal client or how to set up, your online webinar, 20 times a week. I would jump out the window, right? And first of all, it would be really boring for me, but it's also not efficient because then clients get sort of inconsistent information. So when you have a course, which means you have your online tools, your videos, workbooks, examples, and your instructions, every client gets the same content and they don't take any of your time. They can do this on their own. And then you host a Q&A call once a week, which is what we do in BYP. In Marketing Mastery too. So you bring them all on a Q&A call where they can ask questions and they can check in with you, right? And they get the accountability. And then maybe once a month or every 2 weeks or so, they get a private session with you. So you go from having 20 calls a week to having maybe 3 calls a week, right? And that's how you can enroll a lot more clients. And that's how you can free up your calendar and you can build a business that can scale, without you working 24/7, so you're not building this business prison that I don't want you to build, but you're building an actual free lifestyle. And it's amazing for your clients too, because they get all kinds of different ways of learning, right? They get the videos, they get workbooks, maybe they get the one-to-one with you, they get a group where they can talk to each other, and it's really supportive. So it's really, really nice from a learning experience standpoint as well. Catherine's asking, would a blog and a website count as online tools? It can, but you want to restrict that. If your blog is available to everybody, then that is not good. So as long as you can restrict the information to just clients, maybe have them log in or something, then you can do that, yes. So anything that is not available to the public, okay? So that's sort of the foundation. That's, to me, if you want to grow a business, that's kind of like, foundational stuff. Everybody needs to have that. Otherwise, you can get a few clients, 5, 10 maybe, but then you're done. And so that's still great. That's a great business to have. But many of you say, I want 20K a month consistently. I want 40, I want 50, even 10,000 a month consistently every month will be difficult if you have one-to-one programs alone. Okay, really important. Then your week of August 26th. Okay, so that's our week number 2. I want you to look at a couple different things. So number 1, your brand identity. Number 2, your unique value proposition. That also goes along with your competitive edge, and then bringing that into your online platforms, which includes your website and your social profiles, okay? What's really important, so important nowadays, is that your brand is on target, that you're branded professionally, that your brand communicates exactly what it is that you do, who you do this for, and what makes you you, what makes you different, what makes you unique, or what makes you you, okay? And why is that? Because your competition is fierce. Do you know how many health coaches are out there? Do you know how many career coaches, spiritual coaches, unstuck, any niche you could bring up, there are hundreds and hundreds pouring in. Author coaches, leadership coaches, there are maybe a few niches. So I have one in a program, Ari, right now. Ari is a coach. She wants to help musicians and artists overcome their fear of stage fright, and to get them to where they have full confidence and passion in their skill. So what do you call it? Fear of public speaking, fear of performing, performance anxiety, exactly. That to me is a pretty unique niche still, but a majority of you guys have massive competition. And I'm not saying it to scare you, I'm just saying it that because it's true. And it doesn't matter how good your program is, it does not matter. The people who are branded the best will win. And why is that? Because when clients look at you, they look at brand 1 and brand 2. They don't even know the program yet. They don't know that you're amazing, and they don't know about your background, and they don't know anything. They just judge you based on your visual brand and how you communicate your value, okay? So if you don't have a brand board, colors defined, logo, a really unique value proposition, the message on your website, and you don't really know what makes you different, you don't feel like you can't compete, it will be hard for you to grow a business. It will be, because your competition is gobbling clients up everywhere. And it's, again, the market's growing. It's a great time to get into coaching, but you have to have a brand that you're really proud of. And then, really bring it into everything, your website, your Facebook, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, so that everything is very coherent, very congruent, consistent. When people see you here, they see you over there, and it all sort of makes sense, right? Same colors, same vibe, same feel. So if you don't have a brand that you really love, that's something you have to work on before you market yourself, before you go on social media, before you do anything else. Because when people see your branding or the branding isn't there, none of the other stuff really matters. And that's, why I called my program Brand Your Passions. Because what you're really doing is branding, right? Branding is key. Think about the companies out there, the brands that you love. Who, and which companies will you stick in your mind? They stick to your mind, and you know them because they have branding that really resonates with you, that you love, that reflects maybe who you are, that you align with somehow. So branding in this business world is everything. Everything. You can do it yourself, or you can hire somebody. And if you don't have creativity, or you don't like it as much, this is an area where you can invest some money in getting some help, and getting a website designer, getting a brand designer to help you, or just get a logo designed if you don't already have one. Okay, so that's money really, really well spent. So let me see if there's any comments so far. Any questions on branding? Am I scaring you away? Do you all love your brand? Who here is really in love with their brand? And feel free to share if you would like to put like a link to your website below, anywhere here, YouTube, Facebook, and let us check that out. I'd love to see it. Yeah, absolutely. So branding is big. So that's your next step. The week of September 2nd, okay, I promised you 8 weeks. I'm giving you 8 weeks or week number 3. We want you to then go straight into creating a signature talk. And there's already lots and lots of people here that are doing this with me. Mimi right now on Facebook has made an incredible webinar, and we just looked at the slides and the flow and the design and the message, and I'm really loving it, Mimi. It's really great. People in Marketing Mastery are creating signature talks. People in Brand Your Passions are creating their signature talk. And once you have your signature talk, which is your webinar presentation done, this is an asset, you guys, that will be with you for years and years to come, except if you change your niche or something really changes in the market. So if there's new trends, new things happening in the market, you may need to update it. But really, once you have it nailed, then you make slight tweaks to it over time. Maybe, your story continues, your credibility grows, you have new testimonials and things that you can include. But once you really nail the message for your market, you've got it made, right? Because your market is your market is your market, and it will always be the same, except some, industry disruption happens and things change drastically and what people want and where they go. But you really wanna focus in on your signature talk, and that piece can be delivered anywhere. You can run this on Facebook ads. You can do this locally at a workshop. We have done workshops here locally in Buffalo. We've done them in Los Angeles. We've done them in New York City. And all I ever do is I bring my signature concepts into my talks. And so once you have that, it's a huge asset for your business. And it's your number one way to use education-based marketing for your business, because you're a coach, okay? And you need to use, as a coach, you're a teacher, a trainer, an educator, and a guide. If you can't give talks, if you can't do workshops, if you can't teach, you will not be winning in coaching. And that's why, as coaches, naturally, we are teachers and speakers and trainers, right? So people expect us to be able to give talks and teach them and coach them. That's your coaching session. That's what coaching is all about, right? So you need to have your signature talk done. But be very careful. If you work with me, I'll give you an entire sequence. Slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, 4, and so on. A webinar is not a webinar. A webinar can be extremely effective, or it can lead to nothing. So be sure that you know what you're doing with your webinar and your sequencing of slides, and also what you're pitching and promoting, which should be a call, not a program, right? So definitely invite them into a call. But if you work with us in Marketing Mastery or any of our programs, we give you a very detailed outline of what should be in your webinar slides and your signature talk, the title of it, the hook, exactly what it is that you're teaching even, so that you are very, very successful with this. But that takes a whole week. So I gave it a whole week because it's so important for you to really nail that, right? Yeah. Mimi has done a nice job with the design too. And, there's a couple different things you can do. So Google Slides, there are so many templates you can purchase for Google Slides. So let's say your branding is pink and purple, who knows, right? There are websites that we can share with you where you can download hundreds of templates that are pink and purple. And you upload that into Google Slides, really easy. And then you have professionally designed slides already done for you. So there are super, super simple ways for you to cheat and make this really easy. The next one, so we are on week number 4, okay? And that's week of September 9th. Once your slides are done, you should be moving into setting up your entire lead generation system, okay? Remember the marketing campaign, it's confetti. But your confetti, you're posting your groups, your stuff out there will not do nothing for you if you don't have your lead gen system set up. And what I mean by that is your opt-in page for your webinar, maybe your automation if you want to automate the webinar, that too. a full-blown email sequence, a calendar booking page where people can actually book your sessions with you, and also running Facebook ads, right? So if you don't have a budget for that, that's fine in the beginning, but you should be, if you're serious about growing your business, then don't talk to me about this free stuff. And I'm getting really mad sometimes, and people are saying, well, I want to make 6 figures, but I can't pay for Facebook ads. Well, guess what? You're not going to make 6 figures if you can't pay for Facebook ads. It's so important, really important. It doesn't have to be an arm and a leg. It can be a very conservative budget in the beginning. It doesn't have to be crazy, but at least have an open mind when it comes to spending money on advertising, because that really makes it so much easier for you. You know, you're saving yourself so much manual work and so much time. And you know, there are no good ways of marketing yourself except spamming. I mean, really, you know, when you're going in these Facebook groups, and I see it all the time, and people in my group are inviting each other to all this stuff, I look at it, and to me, it looks really cheap, because I'm thinking, you know, this poor woman needs to use my group to promote her stuff, and it literally, I lose respect. I lose respect. I have to really say it. It's the truth. So in the beginning, you do what you need to do and you get it done. But eventually, you need to say, I have my resources and my tools to promote my own business. So a little bit of money on ads really goes a long way. So the entire system. And then your confetti, your posts, your, you know, Hootsuite that goes out, interviews that you're doing, maybe you're submitting articles to, you know, magazines, things like that. They're all great, but then they can all drive your clients and your leads down into your live or automated webinars. And then your machine is running, and then people are, you know, hearing from you, you're booking calls on your calendar, and then you're talking to qualified leads for your coaching business. Okay, so real talk here, really, really, really important. I want you to take this really seriously with your business. Any questions on that? Thank you, Melissa. Week number 4, perfect. Melissa is typing like a mad woman on both platforms. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, we'll take some time later to answer questions. The next thing is logically your sales process. Okay, so when you're thinking about how you will be enrolling clients, you need to have a process in place. And what I mean by that is, you know, how will somebody go from finding you on, let's say, social media or online somewhere, to then becoming interested, to then booking a call with you, to then becoming a client. So all the nitty-gritty details. And for us, what that looks like is, you know, the ads are running, people are watching our webinar, they're booking a call. Now, when they book a call with you, you need to have several things in place, right? You need to be able to take a payment over the phone. And we talked about that on day 4, when we talked about sales. So taking the payment over the phone, sending an agreement, your clients need agreement. So how will you send that out? Getting that back, then enrolling them into, you know, any sort of online membership platform that you may have. Maybe adding them to a client Facebook group, booking their coaching calls, and adding them to your CRM. So your customer relationship management system, which might be, you know, Ontraport, for example. And that should be proceduralized. So you should know, when a customer finds me and they want to work with me, here are the 5 steps I take: agreement, payment, CRM, Facebook group enrollment, all takes place, coaching calls are booked, and the client is well taken care of, right? So that's how you create a wonderful customer experience, when you're really, really smooth in the entire sales process, to where your customer actually becomes an enrolled, paid client of yours. So create that sales process for you, so you have all the things in place that you need. And then from there, you're really in a place where you're rocking and rolling. I mean, at that point, you know how the marketing works, you know how to sell clients, you know how to enroll clients, you have the systems in place, your program is ready to hold an unlimited amount of clients, right? And all those things are ready for you. But you guys want more, right? How much money did we say we want to make? 40,000 a month. You will most likely not be able to do everything alone. And so in the next week, and we're at what, week 5 now, Melissa? September 23rd, whatever that is. I want you to think about hiring people for your business. How many of you here have a team? How many have a VA, an executive administrator, a copywriter, somebody who's doing anything in your business? How many of you have that? I'm curious to know. Facebook, do you guys have a team? Anybody on YouTube? Let me know. And what does that person do for you? Okay, week 6, so we're in week number 6 right now. This is where most people don't want to know anything about. So let's see, I'm waiting. Week 6, anyone? Does the silence mean that you don't have any team members? Okay, great. Latisse, thank you. You have a VA. That's it. Okay, so a VA. Jenny, I have a VA. Just hired her. Perfect. Okay. So that's a big deal, right? In the beginning, April, thank you. VA and graphic designer. Okay, awesome. Elizabeth has an assistant 1 day a week and a bookkeeper. Bookkeeper, yes, that's really important. So it's actually really a shame, but whenever I talk about team and hiring, people sort of zone out. And that really is bad, because when you think about your business, you don't want to work night and day, right? You don't want to do this all yourself. And I get it, in the beginning, you're not making money or not as much money, and you feel like, how can I hire someone? How can I pay someone if I'm not making any money? However, without a team, you will not be able to grow your business. So it would be a big shame if I'm hosting a workshop on scaling and I'm not talking about hiring, because that is essential. I can't tell you how many people I hired over the last couple of years. So a couple things you should look at. All of you should have an admin or an executive assistant. Okay, those are the people who can do email for you. They can send agreements. They can schedule your calendar. They can do, customer communications. They can do all the things that, you can easily give to someone in a procedure. You can train them and they can do this for you. The next thing you need to look at is tech. So, hire somebody who is in operations, who is really good with integrating pages, connecting emails, using Zapier to make things, magic happen behind the scenes, but all the tech stuff that you don't necessarily want to do yourself. The third piece, or the third person I think you should look at, is your copywriter. Okay, so there's going to be lots of copy. If you have an email list, you want to email people, and you need to email them at least twice a week. So who's writing all this copy? Who's writing all the Facebook posts and the emails and the blog posts? And there's massive content creation that needs to happen in your business, and that should be outsourced, right? So we have a wonderful copywriter, Michelle. She might be watching, I don't know, who's helping us with copy. And at that point, if your business grows even more, you will be hiring coaches and people who can, sell for you. And which one is first depends on your desire. So if you love the sales piece and you're good at it, keep it. And then you can hire someone to help with coaching. If you don't like the sales piece and you want to focus more on coaching, go into coaching and hire somebody to take a couple of sales calls for you, okay? But that's really what you need. And that's just the beginning of a team that will have you build a business that is, even at 6 figures, guys, even if you want to get to 100 grand a year, not even talking about 2, 3, 400,000, you need to have people helping you, because again, there are so many things that you shouldn't be doing that you don't like to do. And for you to still have a life, you need to have, yeah, exactly. People are chatting on Facebook. You need to have people helping you in your business. Otherwise, you will burn out and it will not be fun. Okay, so think about the hiring and who needs to be hired and what really is a big headache for you right now. What kind of support do you need? And then there's a lot of different ways for you to find them. There's job boards. There are groups on Facebook with people looking for jobs, and you can begin to interview them, create, job descriptions and things that you really want them to take care of for you. And then you go from there. Latisse is asking, what about a Facebook ads manager? Okay, so the Facebook advertising community always really doesn't like me for saying this, but I have to be honest with you. I don't know a lot of really good managers nowadays. The Facebook ads manager industry is something where you need to be very, very cautious, because, and I'm talking from my own experience, I have kept my Facebook ads until the beginning of, I believe, last year. So I've done this myself for a very long time. And believe me, I've hired them. I hired them and I fired them, and I hired them and I fired them. And it's because you don't get the attention, from my experience, for most of them, that you need on your ads. You don't get the daily eyeballs on your ads. You don't get the instant change if you need it. You get a once a week look, and then if they're gone on the weekends and your ads get shut down, the auto response comes back saying, well, it's the weekend, I'm out of the office, we'll talk on Monday. You can't wait. You cannot. When it comes to ads, they're super expensive. They can be, right? And so when you're paying a manager 10, 15, 20% of your ad spend, you could be paying $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month and not getting anything in return. So sorry, Facebook ads community, if you hate me for saying that, but that has been my experience. And I really believe that, this is such a critical area of your business. You should be doing it yourself. And that's why in our program, at least, we give you Facebook ads training. There are so many courses out there that are being highly promoted, about getting clients and making money, and they have no Facebook ads training in them. And I'm wondering, how are you, if there's no Facebook ads training in a course, how does this course creator think you will make any money? They're just going to say, oh, just go hire someone. Well, I can't say that to you. I want to empower you to do this yourself, right? I'm not going to just say, well, hire an agency and pay $5,000 a month. No, that's not reasonable. So, we have Andrea in our program. We have Tara. I'm working with Claire. And so our clients learn how to set up ads, how to test them, all different types of copy, all different types of images, headlines, how to select audiences. So when you graduate from our program, you don't need to pay anybody. You can do this yourself. And then if something happens, you can turn it on, you can turn it off, you can test it. You can, go 10 times deeper and do 10 times more on your own than any agency will ever do, because you're one of many clients. And if your business doesn't make any money, guess what? They don't care. It's not their business, right? So as you can tell, I have a really sort of a love-hate relationship with them there. But I have to be honest with you, and I want to protect you. I've seen so many people being burned and paying a lot of money where they should not have paid that, and it didn't work. So quick detour. Let's go back to our list. So once you know about hiring and you're deciding, who you want to bring on your team, and really embracing this idea of creating an organization, people who have your back, from there, the last thing, or two more things, week number 7 we're at, you should be looking at getting your legal and financial house in order, right? So one really interesting thing, when I talk to, and this happens a lot even in Powerhouse, I have had clients come into Powerhouse that earn well over 6 figures. Well, they've had big launches, right? And they talk about how much money they make and how it's going. And when I say, so what's your profit, right? How much is in your bank account right now? What's the answer? I don't know. So how will you run a business if you don't know your bottom line? And this has to do with, fear, and maybe you're spending more than you're earning right now and you don't want to look at your account, and I totally get it. But do yourself a favor, right? And do at least 3 things, not even legal. I'm talking about financial. Get yourself a financial management software, QuickBooks, Intuit. There's so many different ones out there. Track your money, love your money, embrace your money. Know, even if you're in the minus every single month, know that you're in the minus. It's okay, right? Because eventually you will be in the plus, but you need to track your money. And because the other thing is, eventually you'll have to pay taxes. So you need to report income for taxes. You need to know sort of who you're paying and what you're paying the money out to. And maybe even, figure out if there's something out of proportion. So what happens often in the beginning of your business is you're piling all these expenses on. You add this tool, you add this person, then you have 5 people that you have to pay. Then you got your Facebook ads. And sometimes things become really out of balance. So you're making this much money, but then you have this huge chunk of expense for something. And maybe it's someone on your team who's charging way more than they should. Or maybe you have 5 tools that are doing the same thing. You don't know, but sometimes it's a really healthy practice for you to download your P&L, profit and loss statement, and go through line by line by line. What am I actually paying for? What's taken out of my bank account? Do I need all these tools? Is it worth me paying this much for this person, or can I let them go and hire someone who I can pay less? Or maybe I need to pay more. I don't know. But really be, a boss when it comes to your money and finances so that you are as profitable as you can be. Because it's not about revenue. There are a lot of people out there who are making a lot of money, but they're not keeping any of it. And I don't care how much money you make. If you're not keeping any of the money, doesn't mean anything, right? So even if you make 6 figures, but you spend 150,000, you're in the minus, and then your business isn't working. And your optics and your visuals and the way for you to be on top of that is by tracking it all and having a system in place, right? So you need that, and then definitely have a bookkeeper or an accountant or both that can help you with making sense of the data too. You could have a bookkeeper or an accountant checking in once a month, every couple of months, and make sure you're always really supported and on track. And with taxes too, I've had clients in the past that were hit with tax bills that were so big that they couldn't pay them. And then you're behind on taxes because you didn't put the money to the side. Because the other thing is maybe you're making 10 grand, but then you have to pay 3,000 for taxes. And if you don't account for it, you spent the money, the government's going to want to be paid. and then you can be in trouble. So really important. And then when it comes to legal, what I'm thinking about is maybe creating an LLC or incorporate your business. Definitely have all the legal forms in place, your terms, your privacy policy, your client agreements. Depending on which industry you're in, you may need insurance. If you're hosting events, you definitely need insurance for those events. So, get all of these things set up, get a bank account, business checking, business savings, not your personal account. Don't put your money in your personal account. Have to be separate. Your business money goes in your business checking account. And if you want to get paid, you take draws out of your business checking in your personal checking. So that has to be separate. How many of you here have business checking accounts? Let's be honest. Hopefully a lot. YouTube. Who has a business checking account? Facebook. Anybody? Lori? Awesome. Good job, Lori. Yes? Elizabeth? Perfect. She does. How about Anna? How about Carla? How about Pamela? Norva? Got it. Holly? Perfect. Good. Very good. Sevda? Yeah, just get one. They can be very inexpensive. They could even, if you wanted to, you could even open a second personal checking account and not pay anything for it. Just a free account, right? Hold on, I know I lost my chat. But yeah, do what you need to do. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be an account with big fees. Just a way for you to separate your money and track it accordingly. Yeah, awesome. Purchase financial software, Pamela. Yeah, definitely. You know which one I like? I like QuickBooks Online because I can log in from anywhere, and my bookkeeper, anybody else can log into. So you always have a live version in the cloud, and anybody who needs it can access it. So that's really, really good. I want to see what happened to my chat on my Facebook. So I lost my chat somehow. Oh, well. Oh, well, technology. So that's week 7. And then week 8, I wrote down, come the P2P. So your 8 weeks are done. October 7th, the week of October 7th. I think you should attend from Passion to Profits Live and let us take everything up a notch with you. Okay. And it works out really well because that gets you to your entire 8 weeks. There's a lot that you can do, pave the way, fill the gaps. If there's something missing in your business, really focus on that. And then, come and spend 3 days with us and let us really give you a complete plan. We'll dive really deep in all these different areas, the hiring, the branding, I'll show you the different phases of how your business will actually grow and the traps and the opportunities and where you should focus and look at. So, what's in front of you and what you have to look forward to as well. And just really have a good time and come back, and then you're going to be ready and powered up and really excited to go and make something really incredible happen. And that's when your quantum leap will really happen too. You'll have the belief, you'll have the vision and the know-how and a real map to get it done, a real map. And then your quantum leap, whatever that is for you, is inevitable. It's just a matter of you sitting down, getting it done, with the right support. You will be unstoppable. That's what I want for you. So again, quick recap. So we had 8 steps. If you jumped in late, quick recap. Number 1, scalable program. My program has to be scalable. If you missed it, go back to the replay. I talked a little bit about what that actually means. Number 2, branding. Branding. Without a brand, you will have a hard time competing in this competitive space of coaching and consulting. Number 3, signature talk creation. I want you to be, thinking about the signature talk like it's your number 1 thing. That's your way of marketing your business. All the stuff you're doing right now that's not webinar related will not help you grow consistent income. It will not. So that's really important. Number 4, setting up the entire lead generation process that supports the webinar, okay? Number 5 is your sales process. So once you get the leads, how do you then take them and make them a customer, right? All the things, the steps that need to happen for them to become a paying client. Next up, we have hiring your team. Really important, really, embracing the idea of having a team, having people supporting you. Who needs to be hired? What's the priority in your business? And then getting your legal and financial house in order, tracking your money, setting up your accounts, getting your software in place, and starting to really focus in on making profit. And if you're not making profit, even being aware of how much you're losing every month, okay? That's really important. And then number 8, coming to work with us at the event. I had to throw that in. So now you really have 2 options. I said that almost the entire week. I said you can do it yourself, and I'm always, going to try to give you as much as I can to empower you to take steps on your own, or let us help you. We've had a lot of people already, choosing the program, working with us in Marketing Mastery all this week. We have your incentive available until tomorrow. So right now you have exactly 1 day, 8 hours, 9 minutes, and 30 seconds left to join us in Marketing Mastery and save $3,500. So you get a huge incentive for choosing this week to join us. And then you also get 2 tickets for the event, for you, for a partner, for someone in business that you like to work with, for a colleague, for a friend, doesn't matter. And if you're brand new, because we got some questions this week, what if I don't have a program yet? What if I don't even have a niche yet? You should be looking at Brand Your Passions, or if you're even beyond that and you want to get to 7 figures, it's the Powerhouse Coach. So I decided to invite you into a call because you may not be sure what's best for you right now. And if you're not, that's totally okay. We have sessions available with the team next week. And then all you need to do is click on or go to carolynsoldo.com/get started. So the link is my domain, carolynsoldo.com/get started. And that gets you to our calendar, and you can book a time and speak to somebody on my team. So you'll speak with Melissa or Jess or Amy or Jen next week, and we can help you, decide what's best for you. You can tell us where you're at, what your challenges are, what your goals are, and where you want to go. And we can, give you our best recommendation and share with you what we think, will help you achieve what you want to accomplish. Sound good? So you can have a free call with my team as well. Yeah, awesome. Crystal, for Marketing Mastery, do we need to purchase a lead generation software like ClickFunnels to fulfill the program tasks? You do, yes. So there's a couple of options. You could either have ClickFunnels, or you could use Lead Pages, which is much less expensive. Or you could use Insta Pages, or you could also use Entra Pages. So lots of pages, Lead Pages, Insta Pages, Entra Pages, or ClickFunnels. There is 4 or 5 different systems that we recommend to you. And if you're not sure which one, you and I can talk, but you definitely need one of the tools to work through it. Yeah. So you will need a ClickFunnels or a lead pages or anything like that, and also an email system. So a system that can send emails to your leads. Yeah. What other questions do we have? Guest6595 is saying, I've been seeing a lot of automation programs that have low-cost trials available. Would you suggest a program like Kartra or Ontaport as platform for your email campaigns and to house the webinars? So Ontaport and Kartra will only do so much. So we have Ontaport, okay, but we have Ontaport to create your opt-in registration page and your thank you page, and to send emails, and for a few more things. But in addition to that, you also need an actual delivery system. So the webinar will not run through Ontaport. The webinar will run through either Zoom or later on an automation tool that's something separate. Okay, so Ontaport is a good starting point, but it's only one of the systems that you need. You need more. And again, when you work with us, we give you an entire list. And we don't give you everything, we give you only what you need. So there's all these different tools and all the stuff that you can choose from, but we will tell you need, these 3 things, this, and this, and nothing else. And that's all you need to make the system run. So we give you an exact list of what you should be investing in. Yeah. What other questions can I answer for you? Anything about the program, anything about the event, anything about marketing or sales or what we talked about this week? Now is the time. Any questions at all? Jenny says, hiring coaches seems overwhelming. Any recommendations around this? You take your time. You take your time. I think the best hiring happens when you hire really, really slowly and you fire fast. They always say that hire slowly, fire fast, where you really want to, get really clear for yourself as to what those requirements are. Personality, their background, their education, their know-how. So your job description needs to be a role. It needs to have the requirements listed. It needs to also be clear on the results that you want from that coach. And once you're really clear on what you want, then you can do an interview. One quick tip I can give you, and we have a lot of hiring tools. So when we work with you, we talk about org charts, we talk about 4 R's, we talk about the interview process, we talk about DISC profiling and personality tests. We talk about trialing, about onboarding. So we have this whole entire system down for hiring your team. But one quick thing I can tell you about is group interviews. So let's say you have a job description and you have 5 coaches apply, and you're not sure which one actually is the best one. One really, really insightful thing to do is to bring them all in a group interview. And why is that? Because you can then evaluate them and compare them side by side by side. When you and I talk one-to-one, you may only see the best in them. And you may feel like, I kind of like him and I like her and she seems like she has the expertise and I like the energy and I like the background. But when you see them speaking to each other, acting, behaving a certain way on a group call, you see major differences in people. One is more dominant, the other one is more shy. One is more eloquent in speech, the other one won't say a whole lot. So you see them in action with people, and it will give you a whole new perspective on who they are. So a quick tip, group interview. Yes, it's awesome. Just tell them it's a group, so don't shock people. When you do an interview with them, tell them that there is going to be other people on the interview too, so they're not, deer in the headlights when there's all these people showing up. So just be transparent and prepare them. Teresa says, do you review our work, such as the webinar or branding information? Also, besides the Friday Q&A call, is there time with anyone else on your team? So yes, and yes, all of it. Teresa, we review your webinar slide by slide by slide. We also review the opt-in pages and the emails. And I actually have a copy team. So when you work with me, you submit your stuff to my team, and they give you personalized feedback on everything. And then on Fridays, we can screen share. So just before this call today, I had 2 hours of Q&A looking at slides. looking at brands, looking at colors, looking at, your UVP, your taglines, looking at everything. Yeah. And then time with anyone else on your team. So on Fridays, you get access to Andrea on Facebook ads. So he's on the call as well. And you also get access to Star. She's our success coach. But then you also get a one-to-one call. So you can actually, you get monthly coaching calls with Lisa or Star, and they're one-to-one. So you get one-to-one calls, group calls on Friday with me and the team, and you get the reviews as well. So everything, yes. Crystal says, I'm not sure which program I need. The Marketing Mastery Program discount ends tomorrow, right? The first consult to speak with your team isn't available until Monday. Will the $14.97 special be gone by then? So I would say buy it now because we cannot hold the discount. And if we decide, Crystal, hold on. If we decide that you need something else, we'll refund you and take care of you in a different way. So we're not holding the discount, unfortunately, but you can buy it now. And if you talk to someone next week and we say, you know what, something else is better for you, then we can refund the $14.97 and get you into something else, or make a decision from there. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, Jenny, you should bring him. Yeah, bring your husband. So Jenny is saying, thank you. I'm excited to come to P2P, trying to convince my husband to come. You know what I can say, Jenny? Oh, when was it? I think in Vegas, 2017. And I'm not going to say her name for privacy, but I had one client. And she ended up being in one of our programs later, but she brought her husband to the event. And he was one of those guys that did not really support her. And I remember, so I'm standing on the stage and I'm looking around and I see everybody who's there. And I remember this guy sitting almost in the middle of the room like this, like with arms like crossed. You guys on Facebook can't see it. And I remember his face. He looked so angry. He was angry at me, I think. And I'm looking at this guy and I'm thinking, oh man, he doesn't want to be here. He's evaluating me. He wants to leave. He thinks this is all like not happening, right? But I kid you not, I actually have a testimonial video from both of them. After the whole event was done, they were standing holding hands next to each other. And I don't know exactly the words he used, but essentially what he said to me is, Carolyn, for the first time, I'm understanding what my wife wants to do. For the first time, I believe this can actually happen, because he saw so many success stories. He saw the passion in all these women. And he saw the training and it made sense to him. Like a guy is looking for numbers and facts and systems and stuff like that. And so she brought him, and for the first time, he got it. And that was just amazing. It was just so awesome. And, so if your guy doesn't really get what you're doing right now, you should bring him. It's okay. If he's angry at me, he can look at me. I can take it. We've dealt with husbands before. But no, seriously, bring your wives, bring your partners, bring your, significant others, and really show them how serious this is and how big this is and what your dreams really are, especially if you've never shared it before. If your partner right now thinks that this little business of yours is just a side gig, this little business is just a dream and you're playing around, and they don't even know what the potential is and how much money you can make and how many people you can impact and the difference you can make and how many other people are doing this too. If they have no clue, this is the perfect way for them to get it. Now you can say, you know what, we're going to go to New York City and we'll do some sightseeing and we're going to go to restaurants and we'll have a great time. I know, by the way, there's this event too. So you minimize the event, even though it's going to be almost all day. But you tell them, honey, we're taking a mini vacation, and bring them. And if they want to leave, that's fine. You can be at the event. They can take a half day off. Let them go see the Statue of Liberty or whatever they want to do. But yeah, bring them. Let's see, what else? What's the schedule for P2P? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Friday from 9 to 5, Teresa, and then Friday night we have a networking gala. And this is where we really make it, we go all out. Big party, we'll have it catered. So there's going to be food, there's going to be drinks. It'll be in the ballroom, beautiful stage, dancing, everything. So plan for being there in the evening if you'd like to. A Saturday 9 to 5 again. And then Saturday evening, we have Sarah Prout. She is our keynote speaker. Sarah is coming in from Australia, and she is a manifestation, law of attraction coach, and she is the real deal. Look up Sarah Prout. She has over 100,000 followers just on Facebook. She's written several books. She has a TED Talk. She has been on stage with Mind Valley, Vishen Lakhiani. So she is the real deal, and we're just so excited to have her. So Saturday night, we have Sarah, and then Sunday, 9 to 4, approximately. So Sunday, we wrap up around 4 or 5-ish, and then we let you go. So the evenings will be full, and we would love for you to join us if you're available, but definitely 9 to 5 during the day. Plan to be there with us. So come in early. Come in on Wednesday, and then you have Thursday all day to, be in New York City and do sightseeing if you want to, or stay late, leave on Tuesday, and then you have Monday, whatever you want to do. Yeah. What other questions do we have? Forgive me on Facebook. I lost my chat. So if you're asking me stuff right now, I can't. Oh, hold on. Is it that? No. Yeah, somehow I can't see any questions on Facebook. I did some swiping, and then my Q&A was gone. So sorry for that. If you want to ask a question, you have to go on YouTube. Melissa, awesome. So Melissa is there. Melissa obviously can help you. So if you have a question, Melissa is there for you. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just not seeing any comments right now on Facebook, unfortunately. But all is good. What else? Anything else? Who is excited for some scaling? Yes? Definitely should be super excited. We are, absolutely. Our clients are incredible. Just at the level of service that we provide, I mean, honestly, I can tell you that we are top-notch when it comes to customer service and the experience. I've recently joined a program that I will not tell you which one it is, but I went on a Q&A call, and I was shocked the way it was ran. I didn't see anybody. I couldn't say anything. It was literally, I had to type in questions in the chat, and then a moderator would read them, and I would get a generic answer. I could not message back. I could not ask follow-up questions. I couldn't see the other people, and the main coach wasn't even there. So that was my Q&A experience, and I thought, wow, that compared to what we have, where we actually talk to you, you see us, we bring stuff up on the screen, we spend the time until you're satisfied, until you're done. You make friends because you see the other clients. It's a community. It's like night and day. I mean, and this is like shameless self-promotion right now, but I really, I love what we do so much, and it's just awesome. Crystal, if I buy Marketing Mastery today and I'm away on vacation until September 5th, can I start then? Yes, absolutely. Great question. So if you can't start it right away, then just let us know. You can buy it and then email in and say, you know what, I can't start now. I want to start September 5th. I want to start September, whatever, later, doesn't matter. Give us a start date and we will start you then. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you should all be ready to make it happen. Absolutely. No reason that you cannot. Absolutely not. Great. And again, the email, if you have any questions, once we jump off, it's support@carolynsoldo.com. Melissa is there, Jess is there, the whole team is there. Book in a call with us if you have any questions at all. The link is there, carolynsoldo.com/get-started. That's a link to our team. You can book in a call, and they will advise you. You can share your niche, you can share your unique situation, what's going well, where you want to go, and we'll fill you in. My team is equipped to handle pretty much anything. And so let us, really look at your situation and give you a recommendation. So book in, get a call, jump on board, get your ticket, get ready, and then we will see you in just literally 55, 56 days from now. It's not too far away. Yeah, awesome. Any feedback is always welcome. So hopefully this served you this week. I'm just so excited about all of you. Thank you all so much for being here. Facebook, YouTube, you were incredible, showing up every single day, asking amazing questions. The replays will stay up. So if you already signed up for the challenge or the workshop, you will have access to this one long page that has all the videos on it. Feel free to go back there. We will not take it down. So this is yours to go back to if you need it. And then hopefully I will see you in one of our programs. Hopefully I will see you in New York City in October and on a future live training. So thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Melissa, as always, for helping out. Appreciate you all. Have a beautiful weekend. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.